Viewers, India is reeling from one of its worst crises in recent times. But viewers, the international media has been far from sparing in its attack on the Modi-led government over its handling of the crisis.
A forum of advisors says that ministers failed to impose large-scale restrictions despite the alert in March. Mass political and religious rallies have since been cited as super spreader events. A second wave of COVID-19 has left India battling record numbers of deaths and infections.
Foreign media has had a field day in talking about how the Indian government is failing its people.
It really is, Jake. We visited a government-run hospital in Uttar Pradesh, some 200 million people living in that state. It's one of the hardest hit states, and the scenes we saw were absolutely harrowing.
This hospital is completely overwhelmed.
I mean, shortages of everything, shortages of beds, shortages of drugs, shortages of oxygen, but perhaps the most pronounced shortage that we saw on the ground was a shortage of medical personnel. 5 doctors and nurses were responsible for looking after all those more than 100 people.
You know, you can have a position that were we prepared? Should we have been better prepared? The answer to all of those questions are subjective. Could we have increased the infrastructure overnight? Well, if there was a magic wand, yes.
One of the things that is so disturbing about watching this is it feels like something that you might have seen over a year ago. But to imagine that they weren't prepared with oxygen, it just doesn't seem that there's no excuse for it.
But should everything done by the government be a matter of suspicion and COVID politics for the opposition? Certainly not.